I'd been diagnosed with Chiari Malformation 8 years prior to the surgery when I had a really massive migraine. And I went to see a neurosurgeon and they told me about the malformation, and they told me that you could have brain surgery, but it's an elective surgery. So if it's not bothering you, you probably shouldn't fix it. I'm a kindergarten teacher and I have a classroom of 27 kindergartners, and I would be exhausted and I would fight to stay awake. Every day it would be a challenge for me because of headache, and I would scratch my arms to stay awake. 5 minutes in a car would be very exhausting for me, and falling asleep at the wheel was becoming an issue for me. I was referred to Dr. Gilmer for my daughter's tethered spine. She assessed my daughter and she was very pleasant to work with, and she talked to me about tethered spinal cord and explained to me how it can be hereditary. And I mentioned that I had a Chiari malformation, and she mentioned that I might want to book an appointment to see her after Allison's operation, and it was very successful. I knew that Dr. Gilmer was going to help me.
Amy was diagnosed about 8 to 10 years before she saw me, and when she saw me, she was 43 years old. So she was initially diagnosed as an adult, but she had had symptoms going back into her childhood. Sometimes migraines, but a lot of the time just constant severe headaches. She had neck pain, neck stiffness. She snored at night loudly and had a sleep apnea at night. So she really was never getting a full night's good sleep.
I had massive pain on the left side, and I kept going to doctors, and they kept telling me I was stressed out, overworked, depressed, giving me anxiety pills. When she checked me, she looked at me and said, "Oh my." And I looked at her and said, "Oh my what?" And she said,
"We can help with this. We can decompress your Chiari malformation, take pressure off of your brain and spinal cord, and a lot of this will either completely resolve or it'll get better." So this is Amy's preoperative MRI scan, and this shows her Chiari 1 malformation. All of the brain should be above this line, and she has this cerebellar tissue extending down almost actually down to the top of C1.
The day after my surgery, I'm in there and she came in to check on me. I put my head forward and she looked at me and she said, "Ooh, girlfriend, your hair grows fast." And I just kind of looked at her and I thought, did you just perform brain surgery on me? Because that's just, she's so personable, but yet she's so good and she cares.
At her post-op visit, she no longer had headaches or scalp pain. She no longer had neck pain or stiffness.
I could turn my neck to the left, which had been stiff for years that nobody could explain. My heart palpitations vanished. I got rid of all 3 of my headache medicines. I don't take my tremor drugs anymore, and I don't need my sleep mask at night. It only takes one person to change your life, and I'm very grateful to Dr. Gilmer and the Michigan Head and Spine Institute.